Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Elite Racing Network for the Elite F1 Championship presented by Shane D Designs, coming at you live from Lime Rock tonight. About halfway through qualifying here. Just 7 cars. It looks like Mark Rebellis is really having trouble keeping his car on the racetrack. Joining me tonight in the booth is Dave Huckleberry. Dave, what are you looking to see tonight? A lot of calamity here at a short track?
Yeah, watching the practice. I mean, we're talking Lime Rock, which no F1 car has ever driven at Lime Rock. I don't even know that an open wheel car, maybe some Formula Atlantics at one point in time. So the car isn't designed for the track, and we always know that can make some interesting events. And watching practice, we had a whole lot of off. So just hoping everybody can keep it on the track tonight.
Yeah, for it to be a short track, they're carrying a lot of speed. It looks like when somebody goes off in a lot of these corners, you hit the grass, it's over. You're just holding on until you hit the wall.
Yeah, there's been some really amazing crashes in the practice.
I'm looking here at Ethan Stanley running 190 miles an hour to turn 1 at Lime Rock.
Yeah, you don't imagine that they thought about that when they designed the track. Looking at the points here, we got the championship points coming down. We have 3 more races after this. This is race 11 in the series, round 11 in the series. Scott Ramler is here tonight. He's our points leader. Ethan Stanley is also here tonight. He's just 5 points back of him. Then we go down to Chad Frankenfield, who's here tonight, 79 points. Craig Forsyth also here this evening, 60 points. And Jesse Rasmus is here this evening. And I think that's about it for the guys who had been here before. We've got some newcomers. Alex Gray is going to be joining us tonight. Mark Rebellis has run before, but he must not be in the points lead up there. Jesse Rasmus rounds out the field with 7.
Yeah, we've got 2 minutes left in qualifying, and Ramler is on the... Chad Frankenfield just wrecked really hard here. Super hard for Chad. But Ramler, Stanley, Forsyth, Frankenfield, Rebellis, and Alex Gray. Jesse Rasmus has yet to lay a lap down.
I will say that Rebellis and Gray have come on since practice. Practice, they were about 3 seconds off the pace, so being only within a second there, a little second and a half is improvement already for him.
Do you think we'll see a full course yellow tonight?
I do not. Now, it is only 33 seconds around the track, so if something doesn't get cleared quickly, they might be coming back around before they get it cleared, but I would think we're not going to see. Beautiful location, it looks like. Connecticut. I've never been to Lime Rock, so never been to Connecticut for that matter.
I've been to Connecticut, but I've never been to Lime Rock. I'm not even exactly sure where that's located in Connecticut.
According to the Wikipedia, which is a source of everything, it's located in Lakeville, Connecticut. Have the coordinates, but that's not too helpful.
The coordinates?
The coordinates. So it'd be in the northwest corner of Connecticut, near the... Looks like it's near the border of Massachusetts and New York. Very rural location.
Scott Ramler went a little bit faster.
But qualifying is up. Have a grid here in a moment. Chris is a little under the weather tonight, so I'll try to talk a little more and kind of save his throat for the action. Real quickly here, just do the sponsor reads to get started. This is the Shane DiMantova Designs F1 Series. Shane is a motorsports graphic design organization that first began in the spring of 2020. From iRacing to real life, the paint scheme designs have virtual dreams and turn virtual dreams into reality. We have designed hundreds of paints virtually and in real life on track in the Arkham Menard series. Shane D Designs is here to make you stand out on online or real racetrack to create history. Our premier partners, TA Services. For over 36 years, TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider. And Blue Egg Marketing department for small businesses. Blue Egg is your biggest fan. For the grid up here.
Yeah, I appreciate you talking a little bit more tonight, Dave. I just working through a little bit of a sore throat.
At least you can't.
Hopefully, it's better.
At least you can't pass it to me via in this booth. So we're so far away, it's not going to be a problem.
But we have 3 races left after tonight. We have Daytona, Mosport, and Suzuka.
So looking at Rambler did get the pole. Ethan Stanley in second. Craig Forsyth third. Chad Frankenfield fourth. Mark Reblos in fifth. Alex Gray sixth. And Jesse Rasmus.
First and second are on the mediums. Third and fourth are on the hards. Fifth is on softs. And sixth is on mediums.
And we're green.
And whoever started on the softs has already spun. Or no, someone else has spun back there.
Looks like Alex Gray. I can get that.
It's his first F1 start. It's really hard to start from these standing starts, and looks like just a little struggle there getting taken off. Battle for second. It's a hard tire versus a medium tire. I was wondering how long they could stay side by side.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how long they can stay bunched together, too. Usually they'll start to string out a little bit. Pretty good battle here, Chad. Back at Craig Forsyth.
Now both of those guys are on the hard tire, or the hard tire.
You go in car, you can just see how tight this course is for an F1 car. There's really barely 2, maybe 2.5 car widths of track in every corner.
How blind that uphill is too. You're turning to the right, going back to the power, going out against the guardrail, up a hill.
Yeah, at that kind of speed, it's almost talk about G forces you feel through going through a corner, going up that hill, you probably negative G.
If we're still on board here when we get back, you'll see the corner I'm talking about if we missed it the first time. Our viewers have missed it. Like, it's just incredible how much you can't see right here in this right. Looking at the sky. Scott's got over a second on Ethan, and then it's about a second and a half to Craig, who's got Chad right on him, and then it's quite a gap to Mark and Alex.
Bear with me a second. Looks like mine is.
Doesn't look like Jesse even started. Looks like he's out here right now.
There we go. That should look better. 7 turns here at the Lime Rock Park. You go to the Big Bend, into the left-hander, then the right-hander, a no-name straight, the uphill, the back straight, west bend, and downhill. They have 4 different configurations here at Lime Rock, but this is the one we're using tonight.
I am curious how close to wide open they are through that last corner. Because a lot of times, anything I've ran around here, that last corner has been pretty close to wide open. Obviously, they're carrying a lot more speed, but they have a lot more downforce than a car that runs here, like the Mazda or something like that.
Here, I can add the dashboard so you can see the speed and the gear they're in. Help from that.
Pretty wide open. No downshift. Didn't look like any brake. Oh, we got a spinner. Chad's wrecked. Chad Frankenfield has done it for today.
Pull it up on the Whiskey Cast replay. He dipped the wheel off there going into that corner. That tire is history.
Hit a ton. He hit pretty hard over there.
We also had Alex Gray crash at the beginning. We'll go back and catch that just to catch up on everybody.
Chad is trying to crawl back to pit road right now too, and he is way slow compared to some other guys who are out there.
Finally just toes back. And then there were 4.
Well, Craig Forsyth's wrecked over here.
Check it out with Craig.
Down into turn 1. Just a little bit too hard.
Yeah, there is no off track on this. If you dip your tires in the grass or the gravel at all, you go skating. I don't think he's gonna have any damage though, at least. We're still at 5. Alex Gray got his repaired, and he's back on track now.
Craig Forsyth's wrecked again. Same place, I think.
Yeah, it's looking...
This is not a replay.
Not a replay. See what he does this time.
Looks like a replay.
Same thing. Yeah, it's the same exact thing. You can see his tire marks there from the previous. He follows that same exact arc. Surely that's not his preferred line. So we got a 1.4 second gap between Scott Rambler and Ethan Stanley, then about a 22 second gap, a 26 second gap, and then multiple laps down.
Lime Rock is claiming some victims here to start the race.
Yeah, so we'll use a lot of in-cars maybe than just to get the kind of a... You don't have very much action in cars close to each other. It's kind of cool to watch it. It is a fun track to drive. I wouldn't claim to be a great driver at anything in Bulls or iRacing or anything. And the times I have driven, it is fun.
I've only driven around here. I drove a Mustang around here and I drove a Mazda. And those are fun, but that's, you know, way, way slow.
Yeah, it's like taking a dragster on the course with turns.
One interesting thing is Scott is staying in 7th here. We have seen some other guys get up in the 8th.
Well, here's a good comparison, Chris. So I'm on the wiki page with the race lap records. The fastest lap ever run at Lime Rock competition. IMSA GTP car by Juan Fangio back in '93 at 45 seconds. These guys are turning it 30.
Yeah, these guys are hauling.
Yeah, for the most part, everything that runs typically at Lime Rock is in the 50 to 55 second range. Been around, track's been around since 1956. Skip Barber owns the track. Exhausted on. Back to the on board with Ethan Stanley here. Hearing in the group chat, or seeing in the chat that Jesse Rasmus had something come up. Sorry he couldn't join us, but hope everything's okay. So we'll see in other series here this week.
You got P7 though, right?
That's right. Guaranteed top 10. Be good points day. How'd the Bengals do today, Chris?
The Bengals opened up a can of whoop ass on the Falcons today.
Ah, very nice. I'm still a man without a team, so I haven't chosen anybody. Colts haven't earned my loyalty yet.
I'm seeing some pretty frustrating things out of. Oh, Scott Ramler is off, and he's going to hit the wall, I believe. No, he gets it stopped.
Check out what he's the first turn again. Don't dip it. Don't do it. Oh, he did it. We know where he's going to go. The marks are already there.
Getting away with something down there.
Ethan Stanley now has a 5-second gap over Ramler. Ramler will have to fight and try to get back to him. There's 3 cars on the lead lap now.
Ooh, Ethan just dipped a wheel off in the grass a little bit.
You watch any of the Formula One race today?
I did not.
USGP. I was talking to a friend before the race, and I kind of joked that Max would probably take the lead on lap 10 and then lead the rest of the way. I was wrong. He took the lead on the first turn of lap 1. Sometimes they're very anticlimactic.
I did think he had won. I saw that. I saw he passed Lewis late, but I did not watch. As you mentioned, I watched the Bengals, then I watched the Cup race at Homestead, and did not even think about the F1 race until I saw it on Twitter afterwards.
Yeah, the Cup race was a butt kicking. Kyle Larson kind of ran away with that one.
Yeah, this new car needs a lot of work still. It's pretty hard to pass over there in the Cup cars right now.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would be the case in the first year. Hopefully they'll learn from it. I definitely don't think the solution would be to scrap it and start over again. End up having first year problems every time. Just make it better.
I think if they scrap it and start over, it'll be because of safety, not because of competition. because apparently with the way it is, they have said that they can't do much in terms of safety to make it better. So they've basically conceded to the fact that they are racing a car that's not as safe as the car that they raced previously.
So taking a look at the lap times, Rambler's cutting about an average of about 0.4 of a second per lap off of the lead. So it should take him about 10 laps to get up onto the back of Stanley if everything goes well. Ethan Stanley getting ready to put Alex Gray another lap down.
We still have 5. Oh, Alex Gray is wrecked really hard. He was sitting right in a blind spot. I was about to say we still had 5 cars running, but now that is 4.
And it does not show in timing and scoring that he wrecked, so I can't go back and grab that.
He definitely wrecked over there.
I can get there. There you go. Yep, he wrecked that a ton.
Right in a terrible spot, too. That's right at the top of that hill where we were talking about they can't see.
Yeah, they're doing 150, 155 when they hit that top of that hill.
And fully committed to the throttle.
Here that back end gets really light and the revs go up.
Mark Rebellis is out and into the wall.
Take a look what happened to Mark. Off into the grass. Pretty bad damage on the left front.
Now we have 3.
1/4 of the way. What happens? I've never seen a race where you don't have anybody running it. Close.
First and second are still pretty close, but
Yeah, Ramblers finally got it down under a tenth of a second, under a second. Watch him work on Stanley here, trying to get back to the lead.
It'll be real interesting if both these cars wreck racing each other for the lead. Big run for Scott down the front. Does he take the look? He is going to look. That's all it was a look, though.
Definitely much faster than Ethan.
I know there's only 3 cars left, but maybe somebody needs to get in Scott's ear here. Tell him there's still 100 laps to go.
Yeah, this could wait for a really long time. Right up on his gearbox.
Ethan lets him send it down in there.
Pass for the lead, lap 34. We haven't seen a whole lot of on-track passes for the lead in F1 though, so it was in our F1 series, so that was nice to see one. Already pulled out over a second lead. Everybody will have to pit once. They have to change tire comp.
Here comes Ethan. He's going to go ahead and pit and change the tire compound, I guess.
Currently sitting on mediums. Switches to the hards. Back out. This is a first for me. I don't think I've ever broadcast a race where we only have 3 cars running.
Yeah, I believe this is a first for me, too.
I can't get them all in the same shot. See, on the track map, they're pretty spread out. So. Gonna keep an eye on Ethan here. He's got to try to run down Craig Forsyth. Something I was going to check was our schedule.
Ethan is running faster than the leader.
But he's got new tires now, so he should. Florida Most Sport. I think our graphic. Ooh. Pretty consistent there. 1.2, almost 1.2 seconds. Last 2 laps after he got tires. So.
Yeah, the question will be, can he pass Craig really quick?
I'm going to say yes. That much of a speed advantage. Pretty sure that we don't have any DRS in play in here because this is not an F track, so I'd be there in no zones.
Here we go. The chain. Oh, Craig's going to racing.
Chopped in. Gotta run here.
Gonna look again. Craig once again is gonna racing, but he can't fight him off.
Now let's look at the lap times between tire difference. Looks like about a half a second a lap right now. Advantage to Ethan's. He does have a 21-second.
But Ethan did make his pit stop.
Yep. I don't know what the delta is on pit stop. I didn't see difference. Ethan was in for 26 seconds. Like,
Wonder how long Scott is gonna wait to pit here.
that's a nice view of him coming up that hill. Almost does look like they get a little bit of air. Well, I guess if you thought you could do it on one stop only, you could split it halfway as long as you're still leading.
Yeah, maybe that's the plan is just to pit halfway.
Still losing about a half a second a lap. But at that rate, he would have another 40 laps before he would really be to him. You could say go another, depending on what the tire fall off is, you could go another 20, 25 laps and then pit. Ethan a little loose there.
The only thing I'll say is, let's say Scott waits 20 more laps, gives up some more time, and Ethan can get within 10 seconds of him or so. Scott's probably putting on hards. Ethan could come again and put on softs and try to close that gap.
Yeah, we don't have a great track record of guessing the strategy in this series, though, do we?
No, I'm terrible at guessing any kind of strategy for this.
I think we've always thought that they should come and use softs, but I don't think anybody's ever really. The one race that wasn't it Chad tried to get the fastest lap at the very last lap. Who was it? Nick Massey that snagged it at the last second.
Yeah, I believe so. Oh, here comes Scott now. He's going to pit here on lap 50. Ooh, that was pretty. That might have been speeding. It looks like he's all clean.
Ethan Stanley goes by on the track.
It is hard. So he's going to ask these tires to do 75 laps.
Well, Ethan, though, would be asking his to do 100 if he doesn't come in again. So if Ethan...
I got to think Ethan's pitting again.
If Ethan pits again, then that would let Scott still... I mean, yeah, 24 seconds or so lost in the outlapping him. About even on the first lap on new tires. Craig Forsyth into the pits. Oops, the wall in the pits. He switched from the hards to the mediums. He got 54 laps on his original hard set. Almost 6/10 of a second better for Rambler last lap, 4/10 this time, so half a second at a 4.5. So about 9 laps might be on his back of him. Just over halfway.
I almost think if I'm Ethan, when he gets to me, I pit again. Well, maybe not when he gets to me. I try to race him and keep him behind me, but as soon as he passes me, I pit.
Yeah, that would make sense. I mean, more than likely, he's not going to drop back past second place anyways. He's not going to lose a position pitting. Just how much of a gap he wants to lose. Run down through some of our sponsors again while we're watching the action. The Shane DiMantova Designs F1 Series. Shane DiMantova Designs is a motorsport graphic design organization that first began in the spring of 2020. From iRacing to real life, their paint scheme designs have made virtual dreams into reality. They have designed hundreds of paints virtually and in real life on track in the ARCA Menard series. Shane DiMantova Designs is here to make you stand out on the online or real track to create history. Premier sponsors for the Elite Racing League. TA Services. For over 36 years, TA Services has been a trusted domestic and international full-service third-party logistics provider, offering brokerage, managed transportation, warehousing and fulfillment, and cross-border logistics services to shippers around the globe. TA Services moves what matters to you. Let the TA Services team make ship happen for you. I forgot we got a spot we can play for them. Blue Egg Marketing. I read the instructions. Sorry. Blue Egg, the marketing department for small businesses. We're your marketing department for small business owners. Blue Egg is your biggest fan. Now here's the new spot from TA Services. All right, we're back. Nice ad for TA Services to provide us. Makes us look more professional.
TA Services has been a part of this thing ever since before I've been a part of it. Doing a lot of good things, or else they wouldn't be here still, I would think. Nothing's changed much here on the racetrack. It's still Ethan and Scott.
Not a real monster gap in times anymore on Scott Ramler. Down. Oh, Ethan. Big spin. That's going to let Rambler go right by him. That changes things a little bit. He was looking at probably about 8 or 9 more laps before he would get up to the back of him, but that spin just let him give all that away and go right on by. How does that change your plan? You were wanting to come in and get tires when he got by you, but I don't think you thought you were going to do it on a spin.
Yeah, I would still pit. I would pit if I was Ethan right now.
He does have 26 lap newer tires. Just going to pull away from you if you sit here. You might as well cut your losses, get the new tires. Try to get some of that back. Just past halfway. Got a truck race after this. Remember where we are for trucks. We are at Pocono, Tricky Triangle in Pocono. Short drive from Lime Rock.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. If it's Lime Rock is the location you said it was, it's not far from Pocono.
All the big money in these F1 teams. Somebody will give me their corporate jet. Fly right over there. Not sure my booth mate's going to be in a good mood tonight. And being the Tampa Bay fan that he is, I'm sure he's not.
Talking about Gerald.
Yes.
Did Tampa Bay lose today?
Oh, they lost bad. They looked ugly. They lost to the Carolina Panthers, I believe. Carolina's like,
Carolina, and they're having a fire sale right now, right?
yeah, so they're giving up all their best players, and they beat them 21-3.
Oh, Ethan Stanley's spinning.
Look,
He's doing some mowing.
being determined one again.
I'm not sure about that line. Watch how long he stays off the course.
It's a very popular line. They've had a lot of cars down to go that way.
He decides to turn left right here and just stay off the course and cut through the S's.
Oh, Ethan, we'll have to ask him about that after the race. I think you shortcut the course quite a bit. Go back and take a higher view. Look at it from the blimp view here and see where just how far off the track he was. Yeah, it's a pretty creative shortcut. Looks like there's some tire marks out there that didn't look like he's the first person to try it.
Yep, now he's lost a ton of time, and I think this race, for lack of a better term, is over unless Scott makes a mistake. But back to what you said about Tampa Bay, Father Time is undefeated.
Very true.
Tom Brady can't play forever, and I think he's a shell of his former self this year. It's finally he finally found out that where that cliff is at.
I think the Commanders beat the Packers, which is kind of showing the same thing for Aaron Rodgers. You easily see both of them just stepping down at the end of this year, and then they'll wait their time and probably both go into the Hall of Fame together. But
Now, I did see the end of the Packers game because they switched that on because the Bengals game ended early. Aaron still looks good. I don't think he's the reason Green Bay is struggling. Like, I think Tom Brady is part of the reason Tampa Bay is struggling. I don't think that is the case in Green Bay.
now I think Aaron's going to hang it up just because he's not having fun anymore. Probably physically could still do it, but I know definitely he probably won't be at Green Bay. But I don't really know where he would be a good fit.
I think he stays on for another year at least.
Be ashamed to put those Green Bay fans through the off season.
I think Green Bay is still. I think they're the best team in the division. I think they've got a good.
That's probably
defense.
true.
They need a lot of help at wide receiver, but they've got a decent O-line. I think Aaron and the team and the coach will get together and say, we got to do something for wide receiver wise. I really thought we'd see him maybe make a trade for a wide receiver. Taking a look here at Craig Forsythe, did he spin here?
Yeah, it says he went off track, so he must dip the wheels over there. Oh, hard.
Oh, then there were two. That's broken right front there. Spin in. Yeah, it just won't turn.
Now it's flopping. Are we down to 2?
There are only 2 cars left in this race.
Ethan has cut it down to 2.8 seconds. Not sure if Rambler's just saving tires or.
It's a very easy track, as we've seen, for guys to make mistakes. So it would not surprise me if Scott is just going as hard as he needs to. At this point, we're just past halfway. It looks like if you can just not wreck, you might win the race with only 2 guys left.
Yep. Greg Forsyth just signed off. Out of here. Easy night if you're an off-track admin, and Chad's probably listening to us, critiquing what here, but he didn't really have to do much tonight at all.
I would say Chad is pretty frustrated with the lack of turnout here in the second half of the season for this F1 series.
Yeah, but I don't really fault it. Anything we could have done different, or anything the league could have done different. I think the enjoyment of the F1 car in iRacing, what it could, really limited it. They thought just throwing the car in there would make everybody. I've even looked around to try to see if there are full-time leagues that run it a lot. Aren't a lot. They don't see nearly as many like you do for all the other series. A lot of IndyCar series, tons of Cup series, tons of Truck series. Anxious to see that rebroadcast. We had an issue with a technical issue on Friday, so we couldn't broadcast the IndyCar race live. So we'll be getting that up as a replay here soon. I'm anxious to see how you did. We're in top 5 until toward the end. So.
Yeah, it was a great run for us over there in our Dave Huck machine. Ran top 5 all race long, battled for the top 4, top 3 there for a while. I feel like we were set up to finish about 3rd or 4th, and just couldn't make the fuel. I'm not as good yet about playing with the fuel numbers and whatnot, so ended up finishing 6th. 6th was probably the worst we ran though. I was kind of disappointed to finish 6th after the race we ran, but it's a big step forward over where we've been and where we've came and whatnot. You know that I'm new to the IndyCar, Dave, and I'm getting pretty decent competitive at the ovals.
Yeah, you got the big oval coming up here soon, don't you? Is there one more race before Indy, or is there before Indianapolis?
You know, I am not too sure.
Take a look.
I know we've got the Indy 500 in December, so.
Your next race is at the Canadian Prix, Circuit Gilles Villeneuve, November 11th. Then you go to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway on the oval for the Indianapolis 500, presented by Rich Marr Florist. That's on December 9th. 2 weeks later, you'll finish up the season at Worldwide Technology Raceway Gateway.
To be able to win a race would be awesome over there, but just to be competitive, you know, I'm hoping we put on a good show, and, you know, I'm not sure if you'll be part of the broadcast team for the Indy 500 or not, but obviously we want to be competitive and be in that field and have a shot to run well in that race.
I don't usually help out with that broadcast because I like watching it. Last couple of times I've been able to get the bar I was at, turn it on and put it up on the screen, and we actually watched it like a real race. Because it is real drivers. Ours may not be real, but the humans controlling them and making the decisions are.
Well, if you're not working that broadcast, there's room on the pit box for you if you want to help be a strategist there for that race.
Yeah, that's an interesting offer. I'll consider that. Check the lap times again. Participants. And now it's kind of flipped over where Rambler is actually pulling away from Ethan.
Actually, I believe
pit lane, I believe.
Yep, here we go. Ethan is going to change tires. Got to be softs or mediums, right?
Mediums.
Oh, and here comes Scott. He is going to see his move and match it.
Yeah, it's a good move by Scott. Kind of covers that up. Doesn't let him take advantage of having the better tires. Well, playing field now.
I think Ethan did a better job in the pits, though.
It is coming right behind him now. Ethan Stanley just turned the fastest lap of the race, 34.24.
One v one out here. 1v1 me, bro, at Lime Rock, right?
That's right. $85 laps in and have the gap between first and second that close. That's pretty good for him. Both on equal tires, so you makes a mistake.
Ethan closing in. Is he close enough to get a big run down the front stretch?
Closing that gap.
Ooh, Scott. It's a little loose there.
He is right on him.
Oh, he's close enough this time to be. They're going to be side by side down into one.
At the inside. Rambler, last two laps, has done a good job of pulling off to the right as he comes down that front stretch just to take the inside lane. Or he'll have the inside, shooting down the inside on him.
Yeah, I think if I'm Ethan, I'm going to follow him and try to get a little bit of a tow. pull out and pass him.
Goes to the bottom, try to make sure he has the lane. Make him go around the outside if he's going to take you. Great racing between these two. But this course lacks that a lot of F1 tracks have is there's no real switchback anywhere where you can give up having the dominant lane. Oh, lost his wing. Contact. Just got into the back of him. Lost his wing momentarily. I assume he has damage even though it's showing. Now both of them are...
That killed Ethan's car.
Both of them are kind of trying to assess their damage now and see what they got. For repair. Hopefully he's able to fix it because this would be really anticlimactic to watch Scott drive around for another 30 laps. See how long his repairs are. That wasn't too bad. He's going to be almost a full lap down now. Now, for sportsmanship's sake, and you know you're going to get a top 1-2 finish here, you could always just come back in and take tires again and set it all up.
Yeah, sure. I don't think we're going to get that.
Not sure if Scott's listening to us as we broadcast, but that's great for the show. He does have 9-lap older tires now. I think that he needs to get in there and take.
Yeah, I think this thing is signed, sealed, delivered at this point.
30 laps to go.
Any big Halloween plans for you, Dave?
No, not really. When is that? That's like a week from tomorrow, so that's like next day. I think for in our town, I think they always have it on a Saturday. I do know my daughters have the Halloween porch all lit up and scary stuff, so I think we'll be handing out some keys. Other than that, no dress up for me. No suits, nothing like Tate doing or anything. I can't remember the last time I dressed up for Halloween. It's probably been 30, 40 years ago. I am old.
I have not dressed up for quite a while myself. We live out in the country, though, so we don't really get too many people coming up here. The neighbors, they come up because they know that if they come up, they'll get some candy. But outside of that, it's not too many people going to wander out here in the middle of the farmland to get some candy.
Yeah, I know my in-laws live out in the country, way out in the country, and when the kids were growing up, we would always have to load up the car and go out to trick or treat at Grandma and Grandpa's, and they always complained that they lost so much candy time, ride out and the ride back.
You know what the worst part is about living out in the middle of farmland?
But
The springtime after they just lay the manure.
yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of around here too. They'll have the waste treatment plants will give it and bring it out in big tankers and spread it out on the fields. Yeah. Great days. Well, Ethan is making up time, about 7/10 of a second per lap, but unfortunately, there's enough laps to get there.
Yeah, right at this point, he would need to gain about a second a lap.
I think looking at the points here, so Scott will extend his lead over Ethan, but not by all that much. Points. I don't remember what our points.
I will say this, after this race, with only a couple races left, Scott or Ethan are going to win this championship. Everybody else is eliminated after tonight.
Where's the rule book? And the rule. There it is.
Who plays football tonight? Who we got on Sunday Night Football?
Well, did you ask me a question while I was looking up the answer to something else? Hold on. Steelers and Dolphins? Steelers and Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 7.5. So it looks like point-wise, Ramblers going to get 25. Ethan's going to get 18, so that's seven more points. So we're going to be a 12-point spread going into the next race. Go. Greg Forsyth finishing third will get 15, and Chad will get 12. Or no, Chad will get 8. So that's a 7-point swing there. That'll still be in third of our ones are still racing. It's a shame. I'd like to see both Isaac and Dow come back and run with Ethan and Scott for one, at least a couple of last races. They've all been very dominant when they've been here. They just don't decide to be here all the time. They were all here at the same time. They'd put on a good show.
I don't think that's going to happen. I don't foresee them probably coming back for whatever reason.
We can call them out. Not like they're going to listen to this. We can just call them out for being chicken. Handle it.
You know what I think we should do, Dave?
What's that? Put a bounty out on
it? We should race and commentate the last race of the season in the F1 series.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I could hear Chad now telling him we'd be making a mockery of as we watch two cars go around the track.
Ethan has just went off track. Hey, he needs car counts. I mean, we could get the job done.
I'm not exactly sure. I'm not exactly sure I could keep it on the track for very long. I'd probably be two laps in. I'd probably hit the wall and I'd be done. So. And my son could laugh at me.
Honestly, if I was going to run one of these, it would probably be Daytona would be the one I would want to run because that's a track I know.
I'd feel more comfortable if they they went and did one of these. You know how we do all the tracks that are weird for the series? Put these on an oval and let's see what happens.
Bristol.
Go.
And there was an announcement made this week or this past week in Elite. They are running a special event in January at the Indy Road Course. 6 hours of Indy, I believe, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. LMP2 cars and GT cars. Those are the two kinds of choices.
I think they got to the GT3s and the GTs. There's a couple different classes in the LMP. If anybody is looking for a GT driver, right here, I'll drive one. I very much enjoy running those kind of races. There's a group of us that run the Daytona 24 every year. Finished second in the 24 hours this past year. So let's take a shot at Indy here in Elite 6 hours. Let's do it.
Yeah, I did watch quite a bit of the coverage of last year. I think it was Matthew Weeks had it up on his Discord when a group of them ran the Daytona. Or kind of interesting. I'm not sure what we're going to do on broadcasting. 6 hours of broadcasting is a long time. We'll figure it out. Figure what we can swap people in and out of the broadcast booth. Keep my computer running.
Maybe if I can get into a car, get some double duty, I'll be part of the broadcast team for it and I'll race in it.
I've listened to driver chat long enough that I know that most of them can talk the entire time they drive anyway.
Oh, I don't mean at the same time. Like maybe I'll spend a couple hours in the booth and then.
But you could, and you wouldn't.
Oh, I could. You could talk to some of my teammates that I've raced with here, and they'll tell you I can talk the whole time I'm driving. Especially if I'm frustrated about something or someone, I can hold down that push to talk button the whole lap while slamming gears and whatnot.
Well, we only have 2 people to possibly interview because everybody else is gone. Love Ethan. We can ask him about his shortcut.
I think we need a mercy rule out here and just wave the checkered.
I might actually have time to get some dinner before Pocono.
Yeah, I think these interviews will be short tonight. There's only going to be 2 people. Dave, I'll let you do the interviews.
Tell us a little bit about your race. What do you think about the next 3 coming up? And there's no sponsors to shout out. So 2 questions to each one of them. Hard to give anybody watching a heads up.
Yeah, and hopefully I'm feeling better tomorrow. Got another Xfinity race run tomorrow. I'm not even sure where it's at. Maybe Daytona, I think.
I think maybe Craig is watching our broadcast in the chat. Somebody said do it, and I think he's probably saying race it, broadcast while. That would make sense to me.
Did you hear Scott there?
Yeah, they're talking about if we'd done this track when we had 40 at the very beginning. Yeah, that'd have been chaos. We'd probably still be down to 2 at the end, actually.
Yeah, we'd had some yellows probably.
They just don't fit on this track very well. Nine laps to go. And if you're watching this, I appreciate it. You're really a diehard.
Yeah, and if you're watching and you want to race, there are only a handful of races left, a couple after tonight.
Yep.
And you want to maybe think about joining it or whatever, take the chance now and join it now, because I don't think there's been an official announcement, but I do not believe F1 will be coming back for a second season here in Elite. I think it's going to be gone. And if you want to get out here and race with these guys, run an F1 race here with Elite, I think you better jump on the last couple races here.
Or if you've got some friends that you race with and you want it to be broadcast, you can come out and join us and we'll broadcast you. No charge.
Well, I think there is charge to join the league.
Really? At this point?
I think so. I think if you're already in Elite,
Already
at
in
the end
the
of the
Elite?
season here,
Okay, so if any of our Elite drivers want to...
But I
We've
think if
had
you're
several
not,
of them jump in.
Yeah, if you're new to Elite, there is a fee.
Maybe I can talk Gerald into running.
I think Gerald tried this out at the start of the year, didn't he?
Remember. Been several of them. I know Tate tried it at one. Tate Lytle tried it at one.
Speaking of Halloween, I don't know if you have the picture, but Tate is Cal Naughton Jr. He's dressing up for Halloween.
I promised that I wouldn't show that picture. It got its airtime under Robert broadcasting. Well, Tate, I'd be nice. It was hilarious.
Here I am. I'm sick and slaving away at a broadcast. You can't even put the picture up for me?
I don't have it. 5 laps. Can I get it? 5 laps.
Can you get the picture in 5 laps? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Oh, I think so.
Like a plan. Gives me something to do, though. Yeah, I can probably get there if I aired it. There it is.
You found it? It only took you a lap.
Image.
Oh, looky there. There he is. It's Tate Lytle. Cal Naughton Jr. dressing up for Halloween.
He made me do this, Tate.
You think he's doing some trick-or-treating?
Probably. I think I'm
Oh, there we go, yeah.
We can leave him down there. Right.
Oh, that's great right there. Great add to the broadcast.
This will be finding out who watched the last 2 laps. Won't say anything to anybody. See if anybody says it. I thought about clipping that picture and putting it in his driver override so that when I hit driver details and it put up his name. Scott Ramler's in the pits.
Yeah, he's dragging this out, huh?
He's doing a drive-through. He's actually going to pit.
I think it's going to be softs, and he's going to go for the fastest lap.
Okay. Ethan's not even going to get close to him. He's on soft tires. Try to lay down a heater.
This is where he could make a mistake and wreck.
He needs a 33.751 or better.
He's only got one lap to do it.
White flag.
Trying to hit all of his marks here. Looks solid, but I didn't look too smooth there in the back and forth section.
He got it. 33.627. Wins the race and dips that extra point for fastest lap right at the end.
And Ethan Stanley comes across finishing last or second. Or is it last?
Or both. Okay, let's see where we got. Yeah, they're going to split the first money. Way it looks like.
Yeah, the results are Ramler, Stanley, Forsythe, Rebellis, Gray, Frankenfield, and Rasmus.
See if we get anybody in here for an interview. I got Ethan. You want Ethan first?
Sounds good to me. Joined by Ethan Stanley. Nice job on your P2. It's a little rough out there with the car count, but what did you need? Just a few less mistakes there to go and win the thing?
Really, I felt like I could have had it, battled him. What was it, like lap 85 or so? I just kind of hit his rear end and lost my front wing and had to pit. And that kind of took away my chances at a win there. But I feel like I had pretty good pace. I was able to fight him pretty well, and good win to him.
We noticed on one of your off tracks, you kind of took a creative line to get back to the track. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I mean, I was already really slow, and I just kind of took the line. I mean, I took the penalty. It was like 2 seconds slowdown or so, but
yeah,
I figured, why would I just turn all the way around and go back to the circuit?
Hey, it gave us something fun to watch. So we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Ethan, any sponsors you want to thank or shout outs you want to give before we let you go?
Yeah, shout out to all my sponsors, my team, everybody that makes it happen at Elite, and thanks to Chad for keeping the series going. Hopefully I'll be on the podium for the truck race later on.
Yeah, good luck in the truck race there.
Can I get a ride to Pocono with you?
Yeah, it's not that long of a trip.
Cool.
Probably about 2 hours.
Sounds good. Let's go do it.
Yep. Should be fun.
All right, Ethan, congrats on your run. Good luck in the trucks, and we will see you in, about a month's time at Daytona?
Yeah, I believe about, I think it's the 13th of November. So, see you then.
Does not appear we have the race winner. So, Dave, any final thoughts here before we wrap it up from Lime Rock?
No, I think we kind of used up all of our thoughts tonight, Chris. I think we've tried to spread them out as thin as we could and move on.
Well, all right. For those of you who tuned in tonight, sorry about the lack of car count tonight, but at the start of the season, we had a lot of people wanting to run, and it seemed like a great idea. Obviously, now it's hindsight is 2020, but thanks for tuning in and giving us the time. Even though there was only a couple cars, tune in and check out Daytona in a couple weeks. Check out the Truck Series right after this, and Elite runs great leagues, so look for something maybe to fill this time slot next season that and maybe we'll bring in a little better car count. But thanks to Dave for joining me, all our sponsors at Blue Egg, TA Services, Shane D Designs, Elite, Chad for everything he does. Tune in and go and get you a snack here and tune into the truck race here in just a little while.